She's got ribbons and paper, a cauldron of glue. With every creation, she's spooking the crew. The black cats purr and the witches all cheer for the magic she spins this time of year. Oh, Indiana Jones, you're the talk of the night, with your Halloween craft shining so bright. Bats and spiders and a ghostly delight. Indiana Jones keeps the season just right.
Welcome to my channel, Crafting with me, Indiana Jones, and welcome to a Shabby Chic Vintage Fall and a Little Halloween playlist. This is being hosted by my friends Dawn of Shabby Meets Bling, Monica of Up All Night DIY, Kristen of the Fifth Sparrow, and myself. So let's put a little Shabby Chic into our fall decor this year. If this is your first time here, welcome, and I introduce you to my wonderful magical crafty cat, Luna. She'll be helping me out with today's crafts, and her sister Kuru might show up too. But first, she'll get into her cozy little cat containment unit, as you see there. Ghosts, ghosties, whatever you want to call them, they are the cutest things, and they are so in this season, and I think every season for Halloween, but especially this season. I've seen more ghosts than ever before. But I wanted to use this beautiful lace that I had, which wasn't really big enough to make a blouse with it or anything else. So I thought, you know what, this would be so cute for a lace ghostie, because that's very in. All the, young girls out there love these little lace ghosties, and I had this with some purple in the lace, and I absolutely love that. I made a purple Shabby Chic creation or collection last year. I wanted to continue my collection for this year. So here I am using Stiffy by, yes, that's what it's called, people, Stiffy by Plaid. The Plaid family of products. They have this wonderful product called Stiffy, and basically it's like a glue that's watered down, and you just put your fabric in there and you drape it over anything you have. Now I have that little lamp that's a USB lamp, and I got that from the Dollar Tree, and a can, and I just glued them together, and I put some plastic on top, and there you go. That's going to be my mold to create this wonderful little lavender ghostie. Very important is to make sure you get all your folds and your layers correct so it looks nice, and that it has a nice base at the bottom. You can put some of the lace towards the bottom that make it look like feet, just to make sure that your little ghostie has something to lean upon, unless you're going to put it on top of something, but I want it to be freestanding. Now, once we release the ghost from its mold, then you can decorate any way you want, but remember to wait at least 24 hours before you demold. Once it's dry and it's able to hold on into any kind of materials that you would like to embellish with, go ahead and make it fun. Make it your own lace ghostie as you wish for your decor. Now on that same fabric that I had, or that same lace, it had variations, one that was more white and another one a little more purple. So here I'm going to use one of these Dollar Tree white styrofoam pumpkins, which are fabulous, and I think sometimes a little better than buying the orange ones. And I'm just cutting out the peduncle, or what you would call the stem, because I'm going to use that to recreate this white pumpkin. Measure out your lace to make sure that it can go around the whole entire pumpkin. The lucky thing about this lace, and again you can see it has some purple touches to it, is that it's also a little elasticized, so it's absolutely perfect for this project. And all you're going to do is, in that hole now, you're going to just push in the lace. And what I do it is, first I do 4 corners, so not 4 corners, but first I do the shorter areas first to make sure that it's all covered. And it's going to be, one across from each other, and then the other sides. I didn't make it round. You can make the lace, cut it out round, but I just did it square. I think it was easier for me. And then when you're left with the corners, all you're going to do is stuff those corners into the pumpkin as well, and use a little bit of glue to hold it in place. Now, once you have everything stuffed into the pumpkin, you're going to, I should say all the fabric, you're going to use something to create a stem. It could be a cork, it could be a piece of wood, as you see here, a piece of a branch that I had in my stash. It could be anything you like. It could even be a mold. It could be anything you like. Now you can embellish this with, you can use old jewelry if you like. I was going to go for a more natural look because that's what I did last year. So I'm just adding some greenery and some beautiful flowers. And yes, it's not your typical fall flowers, but I think that purple looks really cool as far as magical and fall like. I think it looks so pretty. So here I'm just going to complete embellishing it with some flowers, and I think this turned out so lovely. And especially if you love the color of purple, if you can do something like this. And again, if you don't have lace, you can use tulle, you can use satins if you like, and create all the pumpkins that you like that matches with your favorite colors and your decor. And there you have it. I think it looks lovely. And again, just add anything you like and make it your own. Now, a sneaky, cute little black cat has joined me because I need her magic, because I want to create purple pumpkins. Can you create purple pumpkins? Of course you can. If there are pink pumpkins out there, you can make purple pumpkins. So I am just using this lovely hue of purple, which I mixed together with my plaid paints from the Plaid family of products. And these are probably folk art paints. And I just love to be able to create my own colors. So I love this light lavender color because I am going to create a purple harvest moon. Is there such a thing? Yes, I do believe there is. I think there is. I'm going to come up with a story about a purple harvest moon. Why not? But we're first going to start with some Easter Christmas trees. Easter Christmas trees. Easter Christmas trees, yes. For a purple Halloween moon. Okay, we're just going to mesh into all of the holidays today. So I am taking this wonderful tree, and it's I love this, and I didn't see them this year. This is from last Easter's. I didn't see this like Aurora Borealis kind of color, and I am just trying to rip off the bottom of that tree as best as I can. And then I'm going to glue the bottom of that with all that string, because I don't want all that string to get all over the place. And I need two, because I need a base for my tree. Now, you don't have to do this. If you don't have this tree, it's okay. You can use styrofoam. And if you don't have this wire form that I got at Michael's when it was on clearance, it was actually in one of those Michael's boxes, believe it or not. Yes, I love those. They always come out in spring, and I think they come out in black for Halloween. At least it should. It should come out in black for Halloween. Anyway, so I am using this as the base to my purple moon because I just love the Aurora Borealis crystal-like look of these branches. I'm wiring them in with the branches themselves, and I'm gonna add a little glue. Add a little glue just so they don't move while I'm adding more flowers and stuff like that. So here I'm fanning out the branches, and now Kudu has to add her black cat magic for this to come to fruition. Now I am ripping off all the leaves that I'm going to use. I'm going to use a combination of those lilac leaves that you can get at the dollar store, as well as these beigey, like light orangey beigey leaves, and they're oak leaves. And you wouldn't believe how nicely they look together. There's something about orange and purple, for whatever reason, looks good together. Like I wouldn't wear it together, but somehow with flowers it looks good. I don't know. I think so. Anyway, I understand that for blue and green eyes, the best combination to wear on your as eyeshadow is like peach and purple. So there you go. Maybe that's why I like these colors together. So anyway, I'm just gluing all the leaves together to serve as the base of the flowers that I'm going to add, all the florals and pumpkins, my purple pumpkins. I don't know where my cat went to, but now I'm adding these springy flowers and all the purple. I'm just getting all the purple flowers out that I can find to try to add them to my wreath. And I really like the way this starts to come out. I'm even adding a lot of spring flowers that I had, like these flowers look like they're lavender, and I just love adding, the dark purples, the light purples, the pinky purples. It's all purples. So if you like purple, welcome to this video because this was made for you. I am so sure. And again, I love those light touches of those golden beigey leaves. Now I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to add my pumpkins. I just made 2 purple pumpkins. I should add some white pumpkins as well. I don't know where I'm going to add them right now, but I love these 2 purple pumpkins. They came out so cute. So to add the pumpkins, I'm just skewering the pumpkins with those branches. That's why I love using these branches as a base, because it helps so much, just anchoring the flowers, anchoring all the items. I'm going back to look for green. Oh yeah, look at this combination. So purple, green, and orange. I mean, yes, just give me all the crayons and put me in a corner because I'm just gonna come up with some weird comment. But look how pretty it looks. We don't think, but look how nice it looks. So I guess that goes well. I just mentioned about, makeup for green eyes. So there you go. There's the green. So that's another accent color. It's always nice to work with 3 colors that combine well together. I am now including this beautiful purple rose and all the purple flowers. So I believe there could be such a thing as a purple moon, because why not? I think a purple moon means something very special if it comes out during Halloween. Can you imagine? What about you? Would you like to see a purple moon? I think it would be very, very romantic to see a purple moon. What if they're just, purple, I don't know, purple ghosts? I don't know. We have purple ghosts here, but I think it would be so beautiful to see a purple moon. Maybe somebody will come out with a movie called The Purple Moon. Falling in love under the purple moon. I think that would be so, so pretty, because it would be so magical that anybody who would see the purple moon would finally fall in love, or finally admit to falling in love with the person they've always loved and just didn't have the courage to tell them. I'd like that. I would like the story of a purple moon. Tell me what you think the purple moon would signify if you ever saw one in the sky. This next DIY I actually created last year, but I wanted to share it again since it matches. Since I had a magical pumpkin, I thought it would be nice to have a magical spell book and decorate it in the same way. Again, this is such a lovely departure, and you can use any color flowers you want. You can use fall flowers or dark black flowers, whatever you'd like, but I'm going to make this centerpiece with this book. And what I'm using is some of my spooky ooky papers that I received from Grabby. And I have more information about that down below if you're interested, and some other papers that I had in my stash, including these that are from Tim Holtz. And I just tried to create it to look like a little bit of a spell book. And I think what's cute is that in the end, the spell book has some magic of its own. And I guess that's where the pumpkin came from. I don't know. I think we're going to make it that's the story, that magically a pumpkin appeared from this beautiful spell book. I forgot to mention that this book was in my stash. I probably got it from the Dollar Tree, but you can also get free books from the library. There are a lot of books that they're about to throw away, and you can ask them if you have any free books. So I have a bunch of free books as well. And what I did was, of course, as you can see, I'm decoupaging to create the spell book. I should have done that before I attached the styrofoam that you see there in the middle. But because I knew I was going to put flowers, I wanted to have something to stabilize the flowers in the middle. And of course, what would Halloween or a spell book be without moss? So here I'm adding some of that wonderful dark green. It's not the dark green, it's like the brownish moss. And I think that's very witchy looking. So I think this is perfect to create this magical spell book and get it to come to life. Now, next I'm going to use, and I don't know if you've known about this, but there is wired moss. Yes, there is wired moss. You can get it on Amazon. I'll put a link down below. But look how cool how you can create like these different shapes. It almost looks like, as if it was like tendrils coming out from the book. And of course, those little the wired the wired vines that you can get at the Dollar Tree. This one has just white pearls. I couldn't find anything with purple, but that's fine. The white pearls works just as well. And I continue adding some more tendrils, like the book is coming to life. But not only that, I wanted to make, because it does look very spooky ooky, So you can stop right here and it's perfectly spooky. But of course I wanted to make it pretty. So I'm adding these lovely muted purple flowers. I think it goes so well with that paper that I have there on the side. And of course it matches the white pumpkin. And now I'm just going to continue embellishing with more vines and some of those like little berries that you can find. I found some in purple that were on clearance for 90% off from Hobby Lobby. So again, you know, I take advantage of anything that's on clearance, anything that's in my stash, anything I can find for free, so that I can make these economically. And again, what a beautiful idea for a centerpiece. If you were having any kind of baby shower, bridal shower, anything, and you wanted to include a little spookiness, but it didn't necessarily want it to look like Halloween, here is a perfect example of what you can do just with some old books and some silk flowers. You can create something similar with real flowers as well. You just have to use the different kind of the different kind of styrofoam that's for florals, and you have to put it in a plastic container so that the water won't affect the book, but it can look just as beautiful as this. Now, I would have done this also before I had added the flowers, but I didn't think of it before. But now all I'm using is an ink pad to ink up the sides of those papers just to make them look worn and weathered, and the edges of the pages right on the top. I also bent the pages a little, again, to make them look more worn and weathered. Again, adding some more flowers and more embellishments, and I think this really turned out to be a beautiful addition for any holiday, or I should say Halloween decor, but especially for any holiday decor. I would keep this out all year, honestly. I think it's so pretty, enchanting and magical. I think I like that. It's going to be an enchanting book, an enchanted spell book. And there you have it. Now let's see it all put together.
Dreams awaken in the Halloween night, under the purple moon. Hearts collide, magic spills where shadows hide. It's a harvest of love, a spell so true. Dreams come alive on the purple hue.
Thanks again to my wonderful friends, Dawn of Shabby Meets Bling, Monica of Up All Night DIY, and Kristen of the Fifth Sparrow No More, and all of my friends that joined us on this Shabby Chic Vintage Fall and Little Halloween collaboration. Thanks again for stopping by, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, stay safe, be kind, God bless each and every one of you, and remember to live the adventure and look up to the skies for a purple moon this Halloween. I'll see you again very soon.